Hey guys, it's been a little bit. So, what have I done here? I haven't done much. I did go to my friends and I got the old wideband. If you don't have one of these and you're trying to jet carburetors, go buy one. It's the best $200 you're going to ever spend in your life. That's about what they cost. This, I think, when I bought this probably a decade ago, was $220. I think it was. They're down to like 170, I think now. They're much cheaper. Not like $100 yet, but they're much cheaper. Anyways, that definitely helps with jetting carburetors, and that's what I'm going to get onto tonight. I figured show you how simple an SU carburetor is to jet. These are the most simple carburetors in the world that I can think of. There probably is one more simpler one out there, but this is it. This is your jet. It's just a needle that goes up and down on a hole, and the way you jet it, there's more correct ways. You can buy different needles because there are, factory settings and stuff. You buy different needles in different diameters. But on this little Volkswagen, guys, we just take it and file it with a flat file. Just put a flat mark on it, usually near the bottom here. This one's really nice in the mid-range here, and I'm going to be filing a little more on this one because it runs lean under boost down in this area. They are so incredibly simple. If you're going to do a draw-through setup and you want it to be simple, I'd recommend that. You can do a 2-barrel, you could do a 4-barrel, you can do a side draft, you can do whatever carburetor you really want. You can use a stocker, who knows. But the 4-barrels are simple because 3310 Holley, I heard, bolts right on and works without boost referencing power valves, without changing the jets. They work. Drivability, not so great. The SU has the potential of drivability being awesome as long as you don't file a needle in the wrong spot, which you can either get another needle, like this one's another stock one, or I don't know where it just went. Oh, here it is. You can go down and get a piece of brass and file it out. That's what I did. This one here is from, it's amazing, this stayed with the car. This is from when I had this set up almost 10 years ago. And you can see it's filed a little funky in the bottom, on the bottom there, but there, it's bent too now. But this is when I had my 2332 on here in a different car. A friend of mine has that car now. And I sold this kit off to, actually I traded it to a friend. He sold it to some guy that ended up being local in our town. And my friend bought it from him, and I got it from him. It just bounced all around. But you can even make them for this. So an SU carburetor. They are the simplest little things in the world. Alright, I know the lighting's not so great. Here's the dome that goes on top. Let's put that there. Alright, so that's how it looks normally. This lip mechanism here is a choke actually, and this is your throttle. It's just a butterfly. There is no accelerator pump in these. None whatsoever. Alright, it just relies on the velocity of the air flowing through it to pull fuel out. Right back here, this little line is coming from the float bowl, and this is actually your jet assembly. This lever here is your choke, and the choke does not, like a traditional choke, close off anything. It actually lowers the jet down, which I'll move it so you can see it. Watch that silver piece under my thumb. See that? That's moving down. That's the actual choke. It just moves the jet, the hole in the jet, down to saturate more fuel in that area, and it works really good. I don't have it hooked up, but it's amazing how well that actually works. So anyways, inside the dome there is normally a spring, which is laying over here, to return the we'll say it's a diaphragm, just to be able to give it a good name. And basically there's a little channel down here. The air goes up underneath the diaphragm. Air gets pulled around the diaphragm and through. There's two holes down in here. You can't see them. There you go. You see the paintwork there. That gets into the butterfly area, and that creates a vacuum and pulls this up. Alright, so here's your needle. This one's filed pretty good. And that's all it is. That's so simple. You gotta love simplicity. And can it show it in there? If you look right in the center right there, that is your jet. And watch. Watch it go away. Whoop. See that? Whoop. That's all it is, boys and girls. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. That's an inch and a half SU. It's not the biggest thing in the world. They make 1 3/4 inch, 2 inch, and I think they make even like an 1 7/8. I'm not so sure. They came on European cars, British primarily. You can find them. They're getting expensive nowadays, but everything's getting expensive. But if you're thinking about doing a draw through, I'd recommend you look into it. Not going to say this is the end all be all of carburetors. Just this is pretty dumb, stupid, simple for a street car. Race car, 4-barrel, no doubt. You know, that's just where it's at. You can get parts, you can get tuning, you can get advice. So anyways, guys, that's about it. I gotta get this thing together. Going to try to go to the races. There's a car show race at Orlando Speed World on the 28th of October. It's supposed to be like a old school drag race, all pre-79 cars from my understanding. They're supposed to have some old fuel dragsters or something show up. Some funny cars, so that should be pretty wild. You can run your car for 25 bucks and you can get in for 12. It's the same prices that the track normally is. I think like another $10 if you want to put your car in the car show or something like that. So I'm going to try and get my jetting fixed and try and get my hole in the deck lid, because yeah, with the way the carburetor is, it sticks out. You have to have a hole. There's supposed to be a bubble in the deck lid there, but we'll do that later. But try and get the jetting fixed and see if I can get that going. I have other commitments that day in the morning, so I'll be there later if I can come. And it would be cool to run the car. I'm not going to say I can run it. I'm not going to say I can even make it, but I'm going to try. And then what else has been going on? Old Speed Cy has a video up for you guys. He's took the plunge and he's trying to do a little bit of head work. He's got some of it done. Give him a big thumbs up for that, man. You know, it's kind of a scary deal to take on something like that, especially if you've never done it before. But you know, he took the plunge, and hopefully it gives some of you other guys out there a little bit of an encouragement that you can do it. You know, head work is not, you know, there's a magic to it. People that have done it a long time know exactly where to go and what to do. There are articles out there that can help you along, but it's still scary to do it the first time you ever do it. Are you going to achieve results that, you know, a real actual head porter like Clyde Berg or, you know, Jeff DeHam or any of those other guys out there, you know, Steve Timms, are you going to achieve the same results? More than likely not. Are you going to get probably a better result than stock? You should. You know, I mean, everything you're going to do to it, unless you make a big massive hole in it, you're going to improve it, you know. So, and you just think of it like an exhaust tube. That's the best thing. You know, everybody in the world knows that this curve is good, you know. Putting it like that with this tube is bad, you know, for an exhaust. And I'm always amazed that, you know, people are like, oh, I don't know what to do. You just want to make your port more like this. That's all you're trying to do. You know, won't be exactly like that, but just think of that mentality. Nice smooth bend. That's all you're trying to get going there. You know, shapes, that's for the professionals. Shapes do have abilities to make it flow more and flame propagation, but just make it smooth. Make everything radius and nice. And appears that's what he's doing. So, you know, go watch that if you have any wish to do that. You know, maybe that'll give you some encouragement. A friend of mine's got a YouTube channel he's starting. It's his username is Vintage Speed VW, and I'll try and put a link to that in the end of this video and in the description, so you guys can go check him out. The cool thing is there's a lot of times that I'm doing stuff on my car when he's here or we're going on an adventure, and I just totally forget to film anything, you know, or I'm too busy to film anything. And that's usually when something good happens. Like, I remember a few years ago, not that I was doing any YouTube stuff, but we went to go pick up a rail buggy I had bought. And, you know, we're driving down the road, and it was in a construction zone, and all of a sudden there's two crackheads that decided to jump in the road right in front of our truck, you know? So, things like that may get caught when he's actually filming, you know? Or like the carburetor falling off this thing, you know? I wasn't filming at that point, and now that he's going to do a YouTube channel, maybe he will be. But he's got his own cars and his own projects, so I'm sure he'll be doing all that stuff, showing some of that. And we're going to try and get his ragtop going with another motor. He's got a single port. This is not it, but you know, it's a single port like this, and he needs to put this header on it, and he needs to change the flywheel so he can run 6-volt. This is the header. I'm sorry, guys. So that he can run a 6-volt in it. So hopefully we'll get some film or something of that, and we can do it. Because he wants to make that thing go to bug jam. So I want to get this thing to bug jam. Time's starting to run down. We got like maybe 3 weeks, I think. And so hopefully go over there and subscribe to his channel. You know, check his videos out. I think he's got a few of them up already. You know, we'll try and catch all the stuff that we do and not just what I film. So what I film is usually nothing. Usually me here talking to you guys. But so hopefully he'll get more action stuff. I don't know. Anyways, guys, hope you're all doing good out there. Get out there and get working on your cars. And I'm going to try and get this fuel set up going so we can get this thing running again.